Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our presentation of Liferay's portal technology. It's great to have you all with us today. I'm Lori Blanford, and I'm the Marketing Manager for Dun Solutions Group, and I'll serve as the moderator for our webinar today. Our presenter, who's going to do the Liferay demo, is Kenneth Young, Consulting Manager with the Custom Application Development Practice at Dun Solutions Group. Well, before we get started, I just wanted everyone to take a look at the right-hand side of their screen at the questions panel. And if you happen to have a question during today's presentation, please feel free to type it there, and we'll address the questions during the Q&A segment at the end of the presentation. All right. Let's take a look at today's agenda. We'll begin by sharing a bit about Dun Solutions Group, and then about Liferay, today's featured technology. We'll address the roles of portals in business today, and then Ken will share a Liferay demo. We'll finish up with questions and answers. Founded 22 years ago, Dun Solutions Group is a full-service information technology consulting firm. We design, develop, and deliver a wide range of solutions using a variety of advanced tools. And we deliver those solutions worldwide with offices in Chicago, Minneapolis, Raleigh, Fort Lauderdale, and Bangalore, India. Our offerings fall into three practice areas: application development solutions, which includes custom application development, e-commerce, portals, and web design; business intelligence solutions, which includes end-to-end BI solutions, dashboards, reporting and analytics, and other advanced BI capabilities, including predictive analytics; and package solutions, which include software services offerings for specific vertical markets or unique needs. In addition, we offer training solutions which span those three areas and include classroom, on-site, and custom training. Our clients include some of the biggest names in business. We also have robust state and local government as well as nonprofit experience. All right, well, today's webinar is going to focus on Liferay and its technology. Liferay is the global open source portal leader with thousands of downloads every month. Liferay is an all-in-one platform that delivers open-source enterprise solutions for portals, publishing, content, and collaboration. Gartner puts Liferay in the Visionary Leader quadrant, and it is the only open-source portal vendor there. Dun Solutions Group believes in partnering with best-in-breed technology providers, so we have a formal partnership with Liferay. Dun provides complete implementation services around the Liferay platform, from pure consulting to delivery of complete portal solutions. All right, let's talk about portals in business. Business collaboration, portals have become part of our daily lives with Google and Yahoo, but really portals are much more than websites that only deliver content. They are business enablers, serving as a vehicle for better relationships between customers, suppliers, and employees. Business collaboration is complicated by the many ideas, people, and methods involved. It gets especially complicated with external resources who are important to the success of a company. We need to build an ecosystem where we can effectively collaborate with our vendors, customers, and partners. And we collaborate in so many ways, many of these outside the company infrastructure. We need to establish a platform for all collaboration methods. Liferay brings all the elements of collaboration together on one platform. It creates a way for all members of your business ecosystem to interact via out-of-the-box technologies like message boards, blogs, wikis, and support for instant messaging and calendars. Liferay also supports the concept of communities. Generally, there are several communities in an organization, like human resources or IT, or communities centered around products or services. We can easily support multiple communities in Liferay, and we can limit information access or functionalities based on the unique roles in your business. We'll see an example of that in Ken's demo. Something else that Liferay supports is the need to automate business processes. Although companies have technologies that support certain functions, they often don't accommodate workflows that extend outside the function, which so many often do. And then we end up with manual processes and many, many forms. And things quickly start to look like this. This form, that form, and then we have piles and piles of paperwork and delays and the loss of time and money. However, Liferay can automate processes with an easy-to-leverage workflow. And then we start to recognize bottlenecks, and we can introduce workflow triggers that will keep the processes moving along. And that's good news for everyone. All right, at this point, I am going to turn the presentation over to our Liferay expert, Kenneth Young, and he is going to take you into a demonstration of Liferay technology. So, Ken.
All right, thank you, Lori. So, before the demo, I would like to first start off with the Liferay architecture so that you guys have an idea from a technical background. So the architecture of Liferay can be broken down into 3 layers, as you can see in the architecture diagram. The first layer is the portlets layer, which is using Java technology. And Liferay comes with a bunch of out-of-the-box portlets, as you can see on the screen. A portlet is an information that is a placeholder within the region of the page. The second layer is the framework layer. The Liferay portlets container supports the JSR 168, JSR 286, WSRP 1.0, and WSRP 2.0. That means you can build your own custom portlets for your own solution. The third layer is the API service layer. Liferay uses the enterprise service bus to integrate with external systems like the VPN system, external app, or external content repository. Also, Liferay stores its own data in its own data store, and it supports a variety of databases, including MySQL, Oracle, and MS SQL Server. Its persistent layer uses Hibernate as an implementation. In addition, it supports a variety of single sign-on solution and authentication repository. Liferay Remoting provides web services which allow rich clients to communicate with the Liferay framework and services as well. So for the purpose of this demo, we have created a web portal for a restaurant chain business. And this restaurant chain business is called Jake's Organic Bistro. Jake's Organic Bistro is a restaurant chain which specializes in organic food, and each location or each store has its own unique menu to cater the need of the customer in their area. In its rapid growing business, they face several challenges, including when a new store is being opened, they need the ability to clone a content-driven store site quickly with a minimal cost. At the same time, the newly created site store needs to be integrated to some back-end reporting system. And you will in this demo, you will see how Liferay one-click community feature facilitate this process. The next challenge is the business process is another challenge. For example, approving the approval process for newly added company news and job application process. You will see how Liferay custom workflow can solve this business problem as well. Vendor relations is another challenge. As Jake's Organic Bistro business grew, Jake's management team wants to turn the inventory management over to its vendor. But to do so, they will require some real-time access to some inventory reports at the store level. Jake's also wanted to share some vendor-specific instructions and menus with the approved vendor as well. You will see how Liferay and reporting integration can help us to solve this business problem. So now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through the site in terms of talking about security and permission. So I'm going to walk through the site in 3 different roles. First, start off as a customer, and then I'm going to walk through the site as an employee, and then lastly, I'm going to walk through the site where I'm a sign-in vendor. So you know what? Let me back up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is the following. What I was trying to explain is based on your roles, you can have different look and feel in, and you can access different communities within Liferay. So as a customer, you only have limited access to the company website. So and you can basically click on the Google map, and you can select the Chicago store, and and you can go inside Chicago store and you can navigate their store site. At the same time, I can log in as a different users. Let's say that I am the vendor, John, and it will give me a different set of navigation on top, which I just mentioned during the demo that we have used the FAQ portlets, the document library portlets to implement the vendor homepage, plus the vendor has access to these real-time reports, and I can click on one of these reports, which is generated real-time. It has a timestamp here, and they can monitor the inventory for each store, and basically they can generate reports and see what is the inventory at the store level. In this case, the vendor can manage the inventory versus on the management side at Jake's store. So now, I don't think you guys have missed much, but so what I'm going to do is the next feature I want to show is the one-click community creation feature. So let's say that I have a case that Jake's Organic Bistro needs to open a store in Florida. So I'm going to sign in as the portal administrator, the portal owner, who's Bill. Because I'm a portal administrator, I have access to the control panel. And I go to communities inside the portal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new store. As you can see, I have a few communities already created. So the HR community, which is the HR portal, the Chicago store, the New York store, and also the vendor portal. So now I'm going to create a store in Chicago. In Florida. So I'm going to say Jake's in Florida. The hours from 9 to 5, 7 days a week. So I'm going to provide a store address. So we have to give a valid address because remember that I was demonstrating the Google Map portlets. So what it does is when we create a store, store address is stored in the database, and the Google Map portlet that was created by one of our developers will basically pull this address and try to use the Google API real time and try to display it on the map itself. Florida, the country's United States. For the purpose of this demo, we already created a template for this portal, and I'm going to select it, the Jake store site template. Once I hit save, now the store is created. I'm going to click on the store, and you can see on the Google map there's a store, a new store created right in the Florida state, right down here. And as an administrator, you can customize the store site as you need it. So there's an empty image gallery where you can upload more images for the different dishes that you are presenting for this store, for this restaurant. There's like a empty blog portlet where allow users to write reviews. Store news as well. There's like a empty store events calendar that's specific to the Florida store. So as you can see, it is once the template is created, you can clone these stores very easily. So one of the nicer thing is once the template is created, it is maintained within Liferay. So it is not. So the actual administrators doesn't need to know how the template is being created and being written or being customized. All they have to do is follow the procedures on selecting the right template to create the new site. So I want to show you another other feature of Liferay is the CMS piece. So let's say that I have a case that I want to go to my New York store. So when I click on it, it will show me the New York store address. I click on the store address, it will bring me to the store. And you can see on the breadcrumb, I am at the New York store. And that's a whole different look. So let's say that I want to, let's say that for the New York store, I would like to, I would like to change the home page to add something like a employee of the month, employee of the week. So what I can do is I can easily create a web content display. Perhaps I don't want to. Perhaps I want to move it to the right-hand side. And then what I can do is I can add a web content. I'll just type in employee of the month. I can create a structure very easily that which is implemented with Liferay 6. You can drag and drop different structures. For example, I would like to add an image uploader, an image on top, and then probably add a description and add a name for the employee of the month. So for the purpose of this demo, I already predefined a structure. So let me go back to the web content display. I'm going to try to select the structure that I've created. I'm going to click on yes. Okay. So I can select my structure and I can apply different template on top of it. So I'm going to say employee of the month. And I can upload the image of the employee. The description, I say, oh, this employee has been with us for 5 years, etc. I'm going to type in the name of the employee. And then I can publish it. Yes. I can change the title of the portlet. So I have just, briefly, give you guys a glimpse of some of the CMS feature of Liferay. So let's say that I want to create another employee of the month. So knowing that in my structure, I have an image, I have a text box for description, and a text box for the employee name. So let's say that I want to create another portlet that has the same structure but using a different template. So what I can do is add another web content display. I can drag and drop easily to the right location. I'm going to click on Add Web Content. I'm going to choose the structure that has been created. Oops, go back. Wrong button. Okay, hold on a minute. Sorry. Let's do this over. I'm going to move it here. I have to click Add. I'm going to choose the structure. And then I'm going to apply a different template. This template versus the other template that I've just selected, the only difference is the second template only shows the image and the name itself. So what I can do is type in the employee of the month. I'm going to upload another image, another employee image, and I was testing description, and then type in the name. So I'm going to publish this web content. Okay, employee. So as you can see, we can easily create these web contents using the out-of-the-box Liferay CMS solution, applying the right structure or even template. And you can see we can apply different templates on the same structure. The second image that the second employee of the month portlet that I've created, it does not have the description, whereas the first web content display that I've created has a description of the employee of the month. So and I would say that the Liferay CMS it is very can compete with a lot of CMS out in the industry, because they do have a lot of if they do follow the best practices, and they follow they have a very nice security model, permission security model. In addition, they do have a very strong nice GUI to create your structure and also template as well. Very flexible. All right. So the last feature which I'm going to demonstrate for this demo is I want to demonstrate a little bit about workflow. So Liferay itself has its own workflow engine, and it's called Kaleo, and it comes with version 6.0. However, you can hook it up into some of the other open source DPM engine, for example, the JBoss JD DPM as well. So for this demo purposes, we integrated with Kaleo, which out of the box comes with Liferay 6. So what I'm going to do is we will try to create a company news by one of the webmaster, and then part of the workflow is when we create a web content for a company news, it needs to be approved by the company owner. So as you can see on the company's homepage right now, on the company news, it is saying Jake's achieved global organic domination. So I'm going to sign in as a webmaster. Her name is called Laura. I'm going to go into the company news section, and I'll try to add the company news. So let's say that I want to do a grand opening news. Grand opening in Florida. Grand opening date is 31st, etc. So you have a nice wide read editors allows you to add your content. So at the end, after this is done, I'll submit for publication. Because this particular web content is hooked up to a workflow inside Liferay, so you will see that it's pending for approval. I'm going to sign out, and you will, as you can see, that company news hasn't been published to any of the companies portlet yet because it's pending approval. So now, as part of the workflow process, the portal owner should get an email notification, and then he's going to sign in to portal. He's going to go to the control panel, click on My Workflow Task, and he can see there's a task being assigned to his role. He's going to assign to me, assign to Bill. And you can add comments whenever there's an action to workflow, so it keeps an audit trail of your workflow. You click OK, and you can actually click on the task and review the audit trail. Also, you can review the company news as well. Here, I'm click on Edit, and you can see the details of it. I'm going to go back to my workflow task. After I review it, I'm going to say approved. Looks good. I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to exit out from the control panel, going back to Bistro, going back to company homepage. And now you can see the company news get updated on the right-hand side of the company homepage. When I go to company news, it no longer says pending approval because it has been approved by the portal owner. So this concludes my demo for today. I'm going to turn it back to Lori.
Great. Thank you so much, Ken. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so Jake's Organic Bistro actually sounds very good right now. Let's see what we have going on here as far as questions. I'm so settled. All right, we have a couple of questions for you today, Ken, as a follow-up. We have one of our attendees asking about the difference between the Community Edition and the Enterprise Edition of Liferay.
Okay. So before I answer those questions, actually, I have a few more slides that I need. Where's the PowerPoint?
Right here.
Okay, I need to show the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. How can I go to, okay. So, all right. So what's the difference between CE and EE version? So CE is the Community Edition and EE is the Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is basically supported by Liferay, and the CE and the Community Edition is not supported by Liferay. That's one of the main differences. And also, the EE Edition has a few more features, but not a whole lot, as compared to the Community Edition.
Great. Okay, Ken, would you just expand a little bit on what support means?
Yes. So basically, when obviously the Enterprise Edition, you have to pay a fee for the portal license, and depends on the different packages that you have selected from Liferay. For example, you can select the silver packages, and when you find a defect on the software itself, Liferay will actually give you a patch and fix that defect for you. So that's one key difference. In terms of Community Edition, you're kind of on your own, and kind of good luck with the software. But I would say that the Community Edition is very robust as well. So it really depends on your company situation, and do you really size your company and number of users on your company, and also we talk about do you need the support of the Liferay portal product itself. If it is a company portal, obviously you want some stability of the software, whereas you just want to download a Community Edition and kind of use it. And I would say that the license price for the license fee for the Liferay portal as compared to the other bigger vendors like IBM and then Oracle is like it's like a fraction of the cost.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ken. So support, you're referring to technical support.
Correct.
Okay, excellent. And looks like just one more question today. One of our attendees is wondering, in your experience, why customers are selecting Liferay over some of the other competitive portal products.
Right. So it is interesting when you go to the Liferay website. They have a lot of very reputable clients, which is using the Liferay product. Very big company as well. So one of the main reasons is, of course, number one is one of them is definitely the license fee and all that. But one of the other major reason is that Liferay is a company which does portal business. So what they do is portal itself. As compared to the other bigger vendors like IBM, Oracle, and SAP, they do a variety of software in business. They still do a good job. However, Liferay's business is products. The only products is its portal. So they spend a great deal of time of making sure that their portal is up to par. And you can see in the some of the Gartner reports, they are in the Magic Quadrant. As that's on par with SAP, Oracle, and IBM. So that gives you a very very good reasons why some of the clients is spending a little bit of time to look at Liferay to see whether it's meeting the needs or not. In addition, Liferay is open source. Regardless, you're getting the CE version or E version, you get the source code, and you can modify it the way you like it. You own the source code. You own the source code. Of course, there are best practices to follow to make customization, enhancement, and configuration for Liferay.
Okay, great. So, Ken, what I'm hearing then is the open source capabilities, as well as the very moderate pricing, in addition to Liferay being 100% dedicated to the portal space, and certainly being a visionary in this area, are the reasons that customers are selecting the product technology.
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Well, I believe that wraps up our presentation today. We hope that this was helpful and that it gave you a good introduction to Dun Solutions Group as well as to Liferay's technology. We thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, we'll follow up with an email, and of course a recorded version of the presentation will be available on our website within a few days. And we hope that everyone has a fantastic rest of the afternoon. Thanks again for joining us.